Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video, and today I'm starting with the Christmas photos, and these are the photos from last year. And I have told you before, when I had those from the printing company, I was really tired of everything Christmas, so I just put them in my storage, photo storage, and with the intention to scrap them now. So here I am. And if you watched my last video, you saw all the supplies that I have at hand. It's not like a kit, because it's way too much for being a kit, but it is my stash and the things that I've got to work with. And what I did first when I had fetched those photos was that I kind of put them together in groups that I wanted to scrap together, and then I placed all those groups of photos on my desk, and I picked a couple of sheets of 6x6 papers for each photo group, and I also chose a background 12x12 for each group. And then I put all those into a pile, and now I have been scrapbooking, I think, 6 of those groups already, and it's been really fun. I'm getting into the Christmas spirit, and I'm also reliving and enjoying the moments of Christmas from last year. So it's been very, very fun. And I also feel that this kind of process that I did, it has helped me this far. I don't know when I get to the last photo groups if I will still feel that, but at least now I think it's fun, and it's been really good for my creativity. This first layout is with photos from a Christmas fair that we went to. It was one of Hubby's co-workers that she was kind of involved with the whole arrangement. It was in her home village, and she suggested that we should go there and visit their fair, and we did, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of the forest, and we had like this directions how to drive, and it felt like we drove forever out into the nothingness of the forest. But eventually we got there, and there were so many people. It was like everyone from all the small places out in the forest, they kind of merged together for this event, and it was really fun. It was also very, very cold, and our son, he fell asleep in the car, of course. That's his usual way. And when he wakes up after those car naps, he's really, really grumpy. So he needed to be carried. And in one of these photos you see that he is in Hubby's arms, and he was really not liking any of this experience at all. Our daughter, on the other hand, she thought it was really interesting, and she bought herself a broom, and that's what she's holding there in one of the photos. So on this fair there was lots of handicraft and both things that you could eat and other kind of homemade stuff, like wooden handicraft and other. And we didn't stay there very long, so we didn't get to see any of the events. There was a visit from Santa Claus and those kind of things, and I think there were some choir singing, but we didn't get to stay for that long. We were really cold, and since our son was not in a mood for exploring the fair, we needed to just do it a bit quick. And but it was a nice event, and we got to see like culture or the traditional kind of Christmassy stuff, and it was nice. The collection that I'm working with here is from Lawn Fawn, and it's called Snow Day. And I think I chose 4 6x6 papers, and I'm using every single bit, and I'm covering up that background white cardstock almost 100%. I have 2 tiny slivers on top and the bottom of one of those photo rows, but otherwise it's completely covered. I'm working with 5 or 6 or 7 photos, 7 photos, and I'm making a double spread. One of those 6x6 papers had small bunnies, and it was really cute, and they were in rows, so I cut those rows to form like border strips, and those border strips are the elements that will keep these 2 pages together. So they will continue from left to the right page, and bridge the movement of the eye, so that this forms one unity, one page over 2 12x12s. Now I'm doing the normal Åsa way. I'm taping my photo blocks together on the back side, and then I'm just sticking them to the background paper when they are done. And I have a bit of a problem with papers not being true 12x12, and I often find myself in situations where I have tiny slivers of background paper peeking out from underneath my other photo blocks, and that's really annoying, I think. But I managed to cover up the top and bottom problems there with the rows of bunnies. Now I'm bringing out some homemade embellishments, and the title, and both are work made on the Silhouette Cameo. And the first part of the title, which I'm spelling out there, will be Christmas Fair, but in Swedish, Julmarknad. And the word that I'm spelling out at the bottom there is the place where we went, Bölom. And I'm also writing the year. The word tags I made using just the ordinary text tool on the Silhouette Cameo, but before printing them I also traced, or I drew a rectangle with rounded corners around the text block. So when I have cut it, the rectangle gets the holes from the text, and I think that's a really nice effect, and it's very easy to do. I realized that all those rectangles didn't have the same height because I was eyeballing the whole effect. The text is the same font size, but the rectangles I just drew them eyeballing the height. So if you are really like particular with those things like measurements, it's also easy to just take note on what kind of height and width you want them to be, and make them the same. But I didn't think about it when I made them, so now I get to stick with with the result. And I have written just random Swedish Christmas words in these boxes, and I have a whole pile of those for future projects. So it was just something that I wanted to have instead of buying Christmas embellishments. I decided to make like a whole 12 by 12 page with those words, and I think that was very fun. Just both fun to make and fun to use. Those the words I have. It's like winter and sparkling and Christmassy, cozy, Merry Christmas, hug, lovely, and just random statements. I have 2 rows that are left white, and that's where I'll be writing my journaling. And that's basically what I told you before, that hubby's co-worker suggested that we come to this Christmas fair, and that our son fell asleep in the car and he was grumpy, and we almost froze ourselves solid, and it was a short visit in the middle of the woods. So that's what I'm writing now with my new .35 pen from Muji. I love it. I need to get myself a couple of more of those because they're really nice to write with. There's a .5 version as well, and it's equally perfect. The recording stopped here, but the only thing that I did while it was off was 6 twine bows. Those are made with rather cheap kind of white and red baker's twine. So I double folded the twine before I made the bows, and that became a really thick and nice bow that will complement the red in these photos and the small red details in the pattern papers. So it was a perfect accent to bring out for embellishment. Then I took out my Cuttlebug and my oval dice, and I cut a bunch of burlap ovals in different sizes, and I cut a lot because I wanted to have a stash of those. They are really nice for matching like embellishment clusters, like the foundation, the grounding element of embellishment clusters, and especially for Christmas layouts. I love them, and they're really easy. And the burlap I bought in that kind of 6x6 paper pad. It's only burlap and a lot of pages, and I totally recommend you to buy it if you have this feeling for burlap like I have, that it brings warmth and a cozy feeling to almost any project. So those together with the bows will be my clusters, and then I remember that I had a snowflake paper punch. So I took the same paper as I made the titles from, and I just punched a lot of snowflakes, and I will put 1 snowflake at each embellishment clusters, and the rest I'll save in a little baggie for coming projects. They will be totally awesome for any Christmas layout, I think. I even have a couple of snow layouts coming up, so that will be perfect. I'm alternating whole ovals and those cut in half, depending on where I want to put them. And those really tiny ovals are the best. I love them, and they look exactly like small tags and or labels, and they are easy to use almost everywhere on a project like this. So I'm adhering the small snowflakes there, so it becomes a pop of white in the burlap pile there. And this is the finished page. I had some problem when I photographed this page. We have a horrible light problem this time of year, so I brought the layout outdoors, but I got glare and I didn't think that I got the right colors, but it mostly affects the photos. The pattern paper shows up really nice in these photos, so it's more like the problem is about the photos, but those you've seen during the process video, so I think it will be good anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this first Christmas layout of mine, and that you feel inspired to do a double page spread soon. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.